Okay, take two. I just did like a 5-minute video thinking I was recording, and I had just taken a picture. So I guess I still have a bit of a brain fog from this cold I'm dealing with. This is the recap of how my craft show went on March 18th. We went about 3.25 hours south to my daughter's house down in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, and we did the Blackhawks show, which is at a local high school. It's only a few minutes from her house, but it's supposedly one of the largest craft shows in Western Pennsylvania. I've done it twice before. Both of those times it was a top 10 show for me. So I had high hopes for this one. We were going to leave on Friday morning. Woke up and I've been dealing with a bit of a post-nasal drip sinus thing and cough and for a few days. I figured, it's not, it's just sinus issues, no big deal. So we hit the road. My project for the way down was chicken nuggets. I will get a picture over here. I was making them as I went down. I think I made 8 of them on the road. Then I got bored and I just stopped. That was the only yarn I had with me, gold yarn for the trip down. So once I got to the house, my granddaughters were like, "Hi, Grammy. Hi, Grammy." And I said, "Okay, Grammy's got to go potty. I'll be right back. I'll be right back." And my middle granddaughter, who just turned 3, says, "Well, Grammy, after you go potty, you have to fix our blankets." They each have crocheted blankets. No, sorry. Sophie has a knit blanket that someone from her church knit for her. The older, Aaliyah, has a blanket that I made for her as a baby shower gift before she was born. But, just the wear and the tear of these blankets being loved on every night, and twice a day for nap time too, they have developed holes and they need fixing. So Sophie was like, "Grammy, you got to fix our blankies." And I said, "Well, I only brought gold yarn." And she's, "That's okay. You can fix it with gold." So once I got their blankets fixed, I put them to work. I said, "This is how you're going to pay for your blanket repair." And okay, my oldest granddaughter, Aaliyah, is a pro at stuffing stuff for me. So I was giving them the chicken nuggets. They were stuffing them. And then she was coaching her little sister on how to stuff the nuggets. Like, "Oh, that one needs a little more stuffing." And she'd pull the stuffing out. "Here, you put this much more in and it'll be done." So between the ones that I did on the way down, I think I finished 1 or 2 at the hotel room afterwards. I had a pretty good stock of little chicken nuggets. And that turned out well because a lot of them sold. We went and set up that night, and then we had some grandchildren time. I made a big mistake. I did not check the weather for down there in Pennsylvania. I thought, oh, it's always warmer. We're going south. It's always warmer at Connie's house than it is here. So I didn't take my winter coat. I have a Mickey Mouse hoodie, zip up with a hood. I took that. Well, when we went to the hotel on Friday night, it was 5 degrees with a strong wind. So there were wind chills of about 15 below zero. And here I am in a short sleeve shirt with a hoodie over it. I was freezing. We got up to the hotel room, said that the hotel room was like 68 degrees. I was freezing. I could not get warm. So I did not sleep well that night. Woke up the next morning. The sniffles and the cough were worse. My voice was really bad. Went to the show. It did start out well. I mean, within half an hour of the show starting, my table was paid for because this lady came along and she's looking over my table and she just grabs the big squishy axolotl, get a picture of them, and a squishy turtle made with blanket yarn. I think I have a picture for that too. And just forks over the money and boop, my table's paid for. And then there was this adorable little blonde boy who kept coming around. He bought my corgi Corgi. I have to learn how to pronounce this correctly. So so it's like, wow, yeah, we're off to a good start. And then somebody bought my last mushroom. Like, whoa, 3 shows in a row where I've sold a mushroom. I'm all sold out of mushrooms now. And then there were a few little things that sold. I have this little, I don't know if I have a picture of him because it's like 3-year-old stuff. A little pig in a blanket. And that sold. Somebody came along and bought 3 little chicken nuggets. And then way back when I was first doing craft shows, I was making these owls with 2 pieces of yarn held together, 2 strands of yarn held together. The pattern is Calypso the Kooky Owl. And it's a very flexible pattern. Basically, you're just making this tube, then you sew it across the top and make little tassels for the ears, and you can make the eyes. That's why it's called Kooky Owl. You make the eyes different, like different size buttons. One of those that's probably been in inventory for 8 or 9 years. Whoop, bye-bye. A few more nuggets. One of the little axolotls that I made from the Fancy Llama YouTube tutorial. Then the cute little blonde boy came back with his grandpa. And he had his eye on the balloon dinosaur. Grandpa pulled out his credit card and bought it for him. Like, okay, this show is doing pretty well. Then I sold a few more little things, a little sunflower I had on my table, a potted plant that's been in inventory for years and years. I sold my only butter lamb for that show because the lady said she thought it looked like her cat. Okay, if you think it's a cat, okay. And that was it. I mean, things pretty much, that was still an hour to go, but things just shut down. Didn't have any sales for the rest of the show, so I thought. And I was pretty discouraged because, I was thinking this show was going to be a top 20 show, or a top 10 show, and it wasn't even in the top 20. It was running over $100 shy of what I had expected. But then, as I was packing stuff up, at 3 o'clock when the show was ending, a dad came with his 2 kids and spent $30, which got me, at least into the top 20. There was a little knit squishy bunny that I made with my circular knit machine, and my Sock Dachshund, Wally, he sold. So now I need to restock that again. So we got back to my daughter's house. We took them out to dinner, went back to the hotel. It was still frigid cold again. And once again, I could not get warm in that hotel room. So, funny story, I decided I was going to wear my little ballet slippers to bed. I had these little stretch, fuzzy ballet slippers. I think I got them at Dollar Tree. Put them on, wore them, just trying to warm up. Well, the next morning we packed up. We're getting ready for church. We're going straight to church, check out the hotel, go straight to church. And once I got back to my daughter's house and was pulling clothes out to change it to some play clothes for the day, I was like, where are my slippers? So apparently the slippers fell off my feet in the middle of the night, and I left them all tangled up in the sheets of the hotel room. So they were Dollar Tree, or just a couple bucks, so I'm not worried about it. So it was a little disappointing, but I would definitely do that show again. One thing that I noticed was there were other crochet vendors there that had stuff made with Bernat blanket yarn, and those really seemed to be selling. I saw a lot of kids carrying around little turtles, maybe about yay big, with Bernat blanket yarn, someone was making ice cream cones with blanket yarn. And I went around, I spied, and I found it. And these were maybe 10 inches tall. Just a basic ice cream cone pattern with a brown bottom and green, pink, white with some little color sprinkles on. It looks like with blanket yarn, it wouldn't take all that long at all to make those. And she was charging $20 each for them, and I saw at least 3 kiddos carrying them around. So those were selling. So I'm happy that enough of my chicken nuggets sold for me to get my money back on that skein of yarn that I was whining about paying $9.12 for. I'm glad that some of my old stock went, and I'm glad that I have a pretty good stock of butter lambs left for the upcoming shows. I have this weekend off. I really want to catch up on stuff on my to-do list and get a few more listings up, because you know how I said if I set a new record for March that I would buy myself a new crochet book? Well, I am, let's see, 2 minus 8. I am $94 away from a record. And, you know, things will trickle in, I'm sure. I did set a record from, I think, Friday through Tuesday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yes. I had a streak of 5 days in a row where I had a sale each day, and I'm on a roll again. I had a sale yesterday, and then this morning I had a pattern sale, and then I got another sale. Or I have not heard the cha-ching yet. I've been going over a custom order, and the customer said she was going to buy it, so I'm counting that, even though it hasn't officially come through yet. So things are trickling in. I just might make it, just might set a new record and let myself buy a new book. I haven't decided on which book yet. We'll cross that bridge when I come to it. So this week I have been recovering from the cold. All that chill, I was coughing up a storm by the time Sunday rolled around, and I couldn't stay awake. I think I took 4 or 5 naps between my daughter's house and the trip home, and ever since then I've been sleeping far more than I usually do at night, probably due to the nighttime cold medicine, and taking a nap every afternoon. This is my first time since Sunday that I have not taken a nap in the afternoon, so I think I'm on the upswing. I have been trying to churn out a few more butter lambs. Butter lambs were my project for the ride home. I only finished 2 due to my frequent napping on the trip home. And I think I finished 2 more since I got home. Last night I was just so bored of the same projects, the same color yarns over and over again, that I pulled out some flower yarn that I got at Just Flower. I got it at Dollar Tree. It's one of these premier yarns that they were selling at Dollar Tree, and it has little tufts on it. I should have brought it back with me. But I had a pattern for a chicken, and I started the chicken. I'm almost done with it. I got the body done and the wings done. All I have to do is the comb, the beak, and the feet, and sew it together. So I will have a video with some finished objects in a few days and show that off. That was something on my not February, this is March to-do list. I should remember it's March. We have 2 birthdays in March. So I'm almost ready to cross that off. And I have so many things now that I need to restock. The Dachshund, I'm running low on axolotls. I need to make some more chicken nuggets so they have a really good selection. So there's plenty of stuff to be done. I just need to find the time and the energy. So maybe tonight, once dinner is over. But just want to give you that update on how the show went. And my next show will be a local show at Depew High School here in Western New York on April 1st. That usually does fairly well for me. It's a pretty big show, and the students help you load and unload, which is nice. So it does run hot and cold. I don't have my stats in front of me on the totals for that show, but when I do the update on it, I will say, okay, 2018, here's how this went. This show at Blackhawks, of the 3 shows I've done this year, it's in the middle. It was better than the high school show, but not as good as the mall show. So, I got my table fee back. I had a great time with my grandchildren. My youngest granddaughter is 6 months old, and I was trying to keep my distance because of having the cough and just not wanting to spread my germs. But from across the room, I would go, peekaboo, and I would get the biggest smile from her. So that was nice. And it was good to catch up with the kids. I heard that my middle granddaughter asked how Grammy's doing. So maybe she will watch this video and see, like, hi Sophie, see, Grammy's feeling better. I'm not 100%, but I am definitely feeling better. And I think maybe a few more days of getting extra rest and taking some meds to try to get the gunk out of my throat will really help. So, okay, I need to go work on dinner, so I will say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and thank you to those who like and leave comments, and those of you who have subscribed. And thank you to, I believe her name was Chantel, when I put up the post saying that I had a cold and wouldn't be able to put up the video right away. Thank you for saying to rest and take it easy, and reaching out like that. I did. I followed your advice. I got lots and lots and lots of sleep, and I am feeling better. Thank you. Bye-bye.